power. Every core computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
What goes on? What's the deal? Chat. Uh-oh, wait, hold on. I hear an echo. Hold on. Oh, no more echo. There we go. How's everybody doing? We fucking made it through the day. Bear sale? I mean, we just collected 100 pips in the signal channel in the last 30 minutes. Reggie, bro, I fucking love you, man. You're the type of dude that would tell me if I have a booger in my nose when we're hanging out.
100% I would. Sure. Love you too, bro.
Yeah, you're the one that like really looks out for people. For full transparency, I left this shit and I was thinking, hey, I'm gonna hold it on because this stop, right? Look at these stops. Just here. Okay, chat. So here's what happened. Total story, complete story from how the last hour and a half went. I got home and I see this level right here. Go to our 4 hour. I see the level on the 4 hour right here, right? And let's mark it off where I'm looking at it. I see the hourly off that area, right? The 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 30 are all lining up. The 30 at multiple instances now lining up here. So I ran home. I didn't run home. I drove like a fucking nut job to the house. And by the time I got here, this trade was down here. So I was like, all right, we missed it. Now I need this close. This was perfect. It never came back with us. So now I said, I need this close. And then I'll look for the sells. So we collected 30 pips on this sell over here, right? We closed it out, the tip of the wick here. That's the extent of the range. That's our advantage point. Market can eventually come up here. And I put my full TP, I'm put my partial TP here and my full TP here. And as it got here, I just closed manually and my partial TP, which would be a buy limit, I put it here. Once we collected, I left my buy limit here, but it was a little bit of a smaller risk, right? It was a bit of a smaller position, but the only reason it was a smaller position and why I just left it as a smaller position is because that we don't have a stop here. We have this 30 pip stop that I can utilize and stops to the left, right, from over here. But these wicks down here are 220 pips. So I left my stop seeing maybe we'll tap these areas and bounce right back. And if we kind of break through them, then I'll just close manually. And it fucking reacted here. And as it reacted, I'm like, sick, it's coming up. Let's start the stream. And my kids are like, Dad, we need food. We need food. Mom's not home. I'm the dad of all trades right now. So I ran to give him food. I'm like, all right, we're going to start this stream. Next thing I know, Reggie calls me on the cell phone. He's like, bro, are you moving stops to break even? Are you in a position you forgot to delete your buy limit? I'm like, no, I didn't forget to delete the buy limit, but I walked right over to him. I'm like, oh shit, we're up 60 pips. I didn't expect that. I thought we'd be up maybe like 20, 30, or if anything, I'm going to move my stop, or I'm just going to close out manually. Completely forgot that I had no stops on here, bro. I didn't set a TP, nothing, but like, they're like, food. So now they're both sitting, eating soup over there. And we just made 100 pips in the signals. What happened now? You hit yourself. Look. Yeah, I know you didn't do anything. Don't argue with each other. Kaya, stop tattletelling on your sister every chance you get. She's your sister. Talk to her. The chair did it, exactly. Why are you telling on her? No, nobody makes you do anything. Please, opposite end of the room. Kai, I'm going to check your homework. Sam, I ready. If you guys are done with your food, if you're done with the food, put it in the dish. Put the plates in the dishwasher, please. Okay? Love you. Thank you. I'm busy now. We're done. That's it. No more food now. So yeah, we took this limit right off of here, but I didn't have it here on the signals. Why did it turn off on the signals? I mean, I didn't have it here on the. I never set a buy limit. All right. Anyway, yeah, stop loss a little bigger to consider the trade, but thinking we're getting started. So I didn't want to take this trade, and I probably wouldn't have at my full lot size. So I dropped it, and I just kept it on there. I didn't drop it, I just kept it on there. And if we were going to start smashing through these wicks right here, these last wicks before these long ones, I would have just manually look to close. I just didn't want to come into this area. And if you see, look at this level to the left right here. I didn't want to tap that area and bounce back up. And we've done that here. So that's the last closure, right? After you're past this area here, your next closure below is over here, right? So if we were going to come down there and tap that area, I'm still going to hold it. But if it was going to do just something like this, I would have closed it manually. You took it on your personal account? Yeah, we took it on the personal, the live, everything. But the first sell over here, we took right there. Eddie in the building. What's up, brother? How are you?
Good, bro. How are you? How's everybody doing?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, I really needed today. Like, it's not that I needed like I had a lot of personal stuff to tend to today that, like, I had a massive headache. Right, I had to take a nap from like 4 to 6 because I just had so much stuff going on, and I've been in front of the computer screen. I've been spending too much time in front of the PC. Like, I've been getting migraines the last few days. But like, I'm on the PC right from 8:30 till around like 1 p.m. and then from like 7 p.m. till 1 a.m. And it's like 9 to 10 hours in front of a screen just talking. And it's not like we sit at a screen, we look back. We literally have to concentrate, stare at the candle, switch it. It's not like I can like rest my eyes for 20 minutes. I can, but not on stream. So by mistake, you took a W of 60 pips? No, I didn't take it by mistake. We left it here on purpose. We didn't manage risk because I forgot that it was still running because I was making food. I forgot that I was in the trade in general. I'm like, no, position's supposed to be there. I walk over, there's no stops. Reggie's like, bro, you usually move stops. I'm like, you're right, I'm just gonna close it here. Why did it go up so much? Look at this level across the board here. Same level, same reason it dropped off of here, right? If we go to the higher time frame, it's a 4-hour level right here, right? And we go to the hourly, it's an hourly level. Go to the 30, there's a 30 level here. And guess what? It's a level not just on multiple time frames, but it's a level at multiple separate instances in the market. We've left, we've come back, we closed right here. Left, come back, closed at the same spot. Left, came back, closed at the same spot. At multiple different instances, and on multiple different time frames here in the last instance. Right? So that was the reason for this level being valid here, right? Multiple instances in the market. And if we look on the 1 hour, boom, boom, on the 4 hour, boom, boom, on multiple time frames in the market. Those are the trades you want the limits on. Those are really my top two, not priorities, but my top two indicators in my head, right? That's a level I want to limit off of. And the next thing I look for is stops. Are stops valid? The stops were massive here. I was looking for it at these wicks, and on the smaller time frame, the wicks that are in here. But that would have been it. Like, if we were to smash through this area, I would have probably started looking to close the position. So the reason for this buy limit is the same reason as this sell limit. Criteria. That was the word I was looking for. That's my top criteria for looking at limit orders is multiple time frames and multiple instances in the market. Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, by the way, gang, you got me to 29.1K subs last night. You guys are fucking amazing. Thank you. Thank you. 30K subs. Let's go. We can do it. We can do it a couple of weeks, gang. I'm sure we can do it in a few weeks. Let's get to 30K and we'll be a step closer to a 24-hour stream. Okay, we get to 50K in the night before summertime. It's just gonna be, we're gonna be doing 24-hour streams every day. I'm just gonna live here. Gotta get this to 100. And I'm looking at the signal chats. I was like, no way he just made 60 pips by accident. Missed both kind of FOMOing. No FOMO, bro. We'll have plenty of W's just one day. Yeah, I think people are FOMOing because been having a patch in the markets, right? I had a rough week, but that ain't gonna stop us. Like, I've had negative weeks. I've had, you know, red months. It's everything's happened before, and we just have, you know, we have proof of concept in terms of working out of those positions, out of those mindsets, out of those weeks, out of the, you know, out of those ruts, right? And like, you know, when you're in a rut and when you're losing and when you're stuck, and you know, it's like a labyrinth, right? How do you get out of this? How do you get out of this labyrinth now, right? That you're stuck. And wouldn't you want to follow somebody that's already like walked this labyrinth? Imagine somebody walks by you with one of those, you know, one of the strings. Like, you know how you get a one of those the balls, the what are they called? What are they called? The knit balls, right? The
Yarn ball?
No, the thing you knit with, you know, it's like a ball of cloth. And it's just yarn's the way. Yeah, you get a ball of yarn.
I just said that.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
I didn't hear you either. My bad. I didn't hear you.
I thought you said a barn ball. I'm like, what? Barn?
Oh no, I said ball of yarn.
I heard barn. Yeah, so ball of yarn, yeah. So it's like that. Imagine somebody's just coming by with that ball of yarn, just pulling the string back right through the maze to walk themselves back out of that maze. And you've been trying to get out for days. Would you not go with them? Would you not follow them? Yeah, the motherfucker knows the way out. Behind me. Get behind me. I got this. I got it. For my Brits. I got it. Can I bum a fag off you, mate?
Do they still say that in Britain?
Last time I was in London, somebody yelled it off the balcony. First of all, they called me a punk, and that's supposed to be like a endearing term, like I like your style type of shit. And then he was right. Like, I don't know if you've been to. Uh-oh. It's you swapping. Hey, come here, Kyle. Kyle, come here. I'm gonna ask you again. You know why she's complaining to me, right? You stop. You know why she's complaining. Stop. You know why she's complaining. If you do it again, you will be punished. Make sure she doesn't complain to me about that. Go play it. Don't go to her homework. You got math also. So go. Yes, you go finish. Do me a favor, all your vocabulary words. Then you have to put in sentences and files, and you have to do them in order. Today is in order. Yesterday was 3 times each. Today is in order. Pick your voice in order or sentence. So you pick your points, and you either want to do the vocabulary words and sentences, or you want to put them in alphabetical order. Whichever one you want to do today, you'll do the other one tomorrow. If you need any help, let me know. Don't ask your sister. She wouldn't know, and you're bugging. Thank you. Love you. Oh my God. Yeah, so last time I was there, like the Europe, the balconies, they're like right next to, like you're walking on the street and it's like a balcony, like right by your forehead right here. People are just like standing there, and I don't know how they do that. And the guy was just standing on the balcony, like, "Can I bum a fag off you, mate?" Oh, no, he yelled, he's like, "Punk, punk." Or something like that. He's like, and then he said something about my jacket. I was wearing some kind of fucking purple jacket. I look like fucking, "I love you, you love me." All that shit. And yeah. And then he asked me for a cigarette. You go to London Center. You think I fucking remember where I went? It was 20 years ago. All right, let's hold on. Let's get rid of all of this that we have on screen. And yeah, I mean, we took 2 positions in the last 30 minutes, and we've made 96 pips or something like that. So now we got to be patient, break out this fucking range. Okay. Let's remove everything. Let's go back to the daily, which is massively bearish. There is a daily level, lads, right here, and we are massively bearish. 20 years ago, I thought you were recent. No. I haven't been in London. No.
Hey, Wix, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm on. How are you?
Hey.
Let's see you back.
Not too bad, man. I just have a question for you. Do you think that this hourly candle could potentially flip back bearish? What are you thinking around this hourly candle?
No, I don't think we flip bearish here. Look at this 4-hour loading up off the 4-hour level. Number one. That's we're loading up on the higher time frame. So the 4-hour can still come down, but it just did. It rebroke the 4-hour low, tapped the 4-hour level to flip bullish. Why would it do that? Most likely to fill the wick. Even if this wick wasn't here before, it's now here as an advantage point. So now you have this range, 80 pips up. And that's number one. That's on the 4-hour. Number two, before this candle came down here, this was the level it tapped. Right here.
Yeah.
It got to this area and rejected. See it? Boom. That was the drive down from. Now you're coming up back into this area. If you're going to come back down, personally, I would expect a slingshot right off that area. Oh, right here, right where we've closed, right off that body candle. But you know what? It's closed there. So on the smaller time frame, it's not as bad looking. So yeah, you see, because this is the slingshot I'm actually talking about off that area. We would, as we come back up there, for us to drive down, we have to see a slingshot. And you know what? You're getting that right now. So wait, maybe I spoke too soon. You need to have the similar reaction that you did on the way down. And on the way down, you see, as you've tapped that area, you slingshot it straight down. Actually, this was our position right here in the signals. About 30 minutes ago, about an hour ago. Yeah, at 7:30 we took it. So right here, this was entry. We took this down, and then we had buy limits down here. But this was a lovely ride. Now you're expecting, if you're going to come down, you're not expecting that area. You're expecting that level to bring you back down, because that's where you just came down from, and it's doing that right now. So I think as long as you stay below this level here on this 15-minute, you should be good.
So yeah, so you say potentially
it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. You need to respect this level to the left here. This is that your shampoo area, Head and Shoulders. Yeah. boom, boom. You kind of need that type of price action. People don't recognize these things on a smaller time frame. But like, why do you think we came down here off that wick? Why do you think we came back here and now we're rejecting in this area? It's valid. This level is valid. It's not as valid as this level. This was a more recent one. Since then, you drove up and down right through it. But as you did that drive on the higher time frame, the smaller time frame still reacted here. Even though on the higher time frame, you probably might not see that there, right? But you drop it. That's why I said no. And then as we start dropping smaller time frames, we start seeing that. 30 closed. It closed back up in range. So this is one of those arbitrary times, right? 30 closed at support, back up into the smaller time frame range and above it. But the 15's closed at a resistance, right, off this level. And it gave you the reaction you want. So personally, I think this 15 breaks the low and then eventually the 30 breaks the high. In which case, which means you're creating a bottom wick for this 30 as the 15 is giving you its move, right? The 15 is giving you its little break, and then the 30 should come up. A strong 4-hour level. You're back up in range on this candle. You see the level you had here before? You closed below it, you closed above it, below it, back up above that area. And I get this is like slow volume times, but now peak of Asian, you've closed above, you've made this bottom wick, you're expecting a drive once it breaks that low, but it doesn't, it comes back up. So higher time frame says move up. The 15 says, hold on, I got something to say about this. I can't bet on a direction here because it's too arbitrary. Different time frames are giving me different stories, but they will line up. They will line up here at some point. There were so many opportunities today. I just was not in front of the charts, but we could have had good 2 or 3 entries, maybe even 4. Sounds like he's in sells, or he closed out a sell and wondering if he did the right thing or the wrong thing. But if you're in sells, it would be a very similar position to what you were in like a couple of days ago. Kind of arbitrary here. As you're hopping in here, please drop a like, sub to the channel. You guys have helped me get to 29K subs. We're at 29.1 already. 900 subs away from 30K. Remember at like 20K, I was like, yeah, we're almost at 30K. And for the last 3 years, I've been saying that. Hey, we're almost at 30K. Almost at 30K. Gang, let's get there this month. Help me help you. Today had a lot of pancakes with 0 drawdown reactions. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't home and I was just looking at the charts all day going, why am I not there? And they're like, oh, why am I not there? And then I was driving home for this top wick over here. Like, why am I not there? Right here, 44.75 sell limit. Would have seen a pip drawdown and then the entire drop down. But instead, we caught it down here after the closure signals. Hey, you might get yours. You might get yours. I will say this, though. You can't close till the hourly closes. And your stop needs to be the previous hourly candle. And that makes things really difficult at over 200 pips, right?
Yeah, I got mines. GG's.
What? What do you mean? Oh, you had sell stops here?
Yeah, on the 15, on the new opening of the 15 and 30.
Oh, right here.
I have a level right at...
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, that's fine. We just got to redraw levels here right now because there's more data available to us now.
Yeah, I had a level at 44.65 when the 15 closed below it and we wicked into it and then flipped bearish. That's when I got activated.
How much room is there here? It's only 40 pips of range, right? If you're taking that 15 closure, it gets really tough because, yeah, you can look at it like this. Like, damn, that looks dope. Look at this onion right here. But then you measure this and you're like, the entire range is 30 pips. I need the range to be like 300. So I can take 30 pips out of it.
Yeah, my stops were just on the reflip of the highs, so I was like 40 pips. I took
Okay.
15. Not bad.
Yeah. Took half the range, took 50% of a range. 15 pips in there is better, is like technically percentage wise way better results than taking like, 15 pips out of 300 pip range. But it's easier to take 15 pips out of a 300 pip range than out of a 30 pip range.
Facts. That's something I gotta stop myself from doing, where I see a good setup, but I'm like, well, this range isn't so big, and then I kind of don't manage it because I'm kind of expecting a little bit more.
Yeah, you're expecting
I
a
gotta
heavy
remember-
push, but the range
Yeah.
itself is like, I don't got more.
I'm like,
I got nothing else.
of course, bro, this range is only like 50 pips, and you're not trying to go break even at 10. If it was like a 300 pip range, yeah, I'm not going break even at 10.
Nah, I'm waiting
a little bit more.
10% of it, 30, 40. Is it some type of curse? I'm watching your live streams last 2 years and you have really less subscribers. No, we have more subscribers, but we weren't growing. We had less of a pace. Now we have more subscribers, and the channel and the community is growing at a pretty big pace, pretty fast pace. Like the Discord, everything, all the chats, right? There's a lot more chatter and conversation and breakdowns in the general and the Clubhouse chat. Clubhouse chat is really where it's at, gang. There's a lot of good conversation in there. No way, Turpy got a PC. Let me see.
Oh,
No? That's not Turpy's? Yes, bro. I fucking hate that case. But yes. I hate the little power supply that they put on the very bottom of the case. Pissed me off. I was looking at that case when I was getting this one. And ZXT had that case. I'm not sure if that's where you got it. But like, yo, dope PC. Very nice looking. It looks like you got a lot of RAM. Right? What is that? What RAM is that? I can't see. Are those 16 gigs or 8 gigs or 32 gigs each one? You got 4 of them? Gotta be DDR5, right? Is it some type of curse? It's not a curse. It was YouTube jail.
even though YouTube said it was in jail, they lied.
They said it was in jail, but it really felt like detention, honestly. He can ram whatever now.
Dude, there was just no way that you stayed at the exact same followers while streaming every day
For 2 years. A year and a half, or 19 months, 19 months.
When your follower count didn't even grow by like 1 or like 100 in a month.
No. I lost followers. I literally lost followers. If you go from beginning of the year to the end of the year, I lost like 20 subscribers. How? Streaming every single day. I see people subscribing. People tell me they're subscribing, and then like a year later, I got a bunch of people telling me, "Yo, Wix, how come did you delete your account? I'm unsubscribed." I'm like, no, but YouTube probably deleted your subscription. Like, that's what kept happening.
I remember when you pulled up that chart, you can literally see the evidence of it up, and then stagnant.
Stop.
No more.
Yeah, you see it growing for 2 years, 3 years. No, 2.5 years was growing, and then just stop. As soon as we hit 26K, stop. Dead in its tracks for good over a year and a half.
Yeah, it's definitely, you've grown like 3,000 followers, 4,000 since then. That's pretty fucking good. About damn time.
Sorry, my headset just went off. I don't hear you.
I said since it started growing, it's been growing pretty quickly. You're up like another
I'll tell you
4,000
what, since I started doing 2 sessions a day, something in the algo changed. Like the
Yeah,
very
you get an extra 100 viewers on Asian session.
yeah, but it like a lot of it is the same people, right? So like a lot of it is just like the loyal ones. A lot of you guys come through, just the ones that have been rocking with me for the last half a decade. But you know, and the ones that are just coming through and just learning about us and just meeting us, getting to know us, hey, be here for the next half a decade. All right, and then you can all be the day ones, right? You can all be the loyal ones because, like, you know, 15, 20 years from now, I'm gonna know a lot of you guys personally, on a personal level, right? It's just inevitable as we grow. And like, look at Reggie. Reggie called me on my cell phone, like, as I was pressing the go live on stream. And yeah, I'm guessing one day we'll be eating steak at the same restaurant, and then maybe one day we'll be on vacations together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, hey, Sam, look what it's doing for you.
Yeah, I know. I see that.
Woo, 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 woo. Awa, very nice. So let's. Why do we have a level there? Did I move that?
I kind of have a bias towards the weekly open. How we opened on Sunday. There's a
Yes,
gap,
dude. I agree.
and that's where I think price is like this first half of the week, right? Is we've obviously have been bullish, and then it's like the middle of the week, and price has like broken structure and kind of showed some bearish intent with yesterday's.
Okay.
It set like obviously yesterday's daily candle, and then I feel like that could possibly continue.
I'm with you on the weekly.
Same.
I'm even with you on the daily. Like I'm with you there because we hit a strong daily level. For us to break these highs, it would take a lot. To break 45.05 and close up there, we're entering a new daily range where we're going to spend a week, a few days, maybe a few weeks in here. This is going to happen. We're going to get up here, and there's going to be a lot of bounce in here, but it takes a lot to break that. This is going to be heavy. This is a strong level here. Right, that was the previous daily support, and that created this range. Right, you bottomed out here, and then you gapped up over that level. Strong level, and look how you've just reacted off that level down on the daily. But this daily held resistance, right? Yeah, I think there's a chance we might come up, retest these highs before driving down, but it would take a lot to close above here, about 45.05. There's probably a shit ton of orders sitting at 4,500 flat too. Still. That have never been retested, right? Since we left that area up here, right? This was when? A few hours ago? This 6. Right? At 6 p.m. This is yesterday, right? Wait. Yeah, that's yesterday. So since we came up here, right? Heavy rejection down, and we are at this area. So it takes a lot to break up above our level where we are right now, the hourly and the 4 hour. Once we're above there, it's up to the daily levels, and if we go up to the daily levels here, it will take a lot to break. Think about it. It's over 500 pips up for us to just get there and make another decision. So we have to smash through the 4 hour levels here, through the 4 hour levels here, 4 hour levels, and the daily levels here, just to start, retesting the weekly. And I'm with you on the sells. I'm with you on the bearish bias on the higher time frame.
Yeah, bearish. There's like just bearish intent from what I'm seeing, even on the lower time frame as well. I mean, given its internal price action, but I mean, we could still come all the way down to the weekly open, and as long as we don't break below that Friday's lowest point, last Friday's lowest point, I mean, the market is still technically bullish on internal time frame.
I like the way you think, brother.
It takes one Trump speech to break that? No. This isn't Bitcoin, bro.
Yeah, I mean, there's internal price action and external price action, right? And internal price action leads to external, but external, as long as the external price action holds, that's what you have to like.
It goes back to it's what I was saying. The same point I was making about time frames flowing into each other, right? You have the smaller time frame that flow into the higher time frame, and then backward you do it in reverse again. The higher time frames flow into the smaller time frames, and when they both start lining up in such a way where you can keep completing that cycle, you're on the right side, right? Your breakdown is correct.
Yeah, I literally have the weekly open marked out as a target and a bunch of sell levels, and I'm just taking sells all the way down.
Terpy's like, I don't sell nothing, bro. Buys only.
I'm actually away from my office right now. I'm house sitting and dog sitting for one of my friends that are gone for 10 days in North Dakota for fishing.
Your house sitting? Yo, you ever seen that? You ever seen that show, Man versus Bee?
B?
Yeah.
No.
They just came out with another one, Man versus Baby, but I just haven't seen it. But like Man versus Bee, yeah, it's Mr. Bean, the guy that plays Mr. Bean. He's basically like offered to do house sitting, and he ends up fucking having beef with a bee in that house and destroys everything while he's house sitting over like a span of like, I guess, a weekend. Yeah, Man versus Bee. So now my daughter just called and she's like, Dad, there's Man versus Baby now. So I'm guessing they dropped like another season of it, and now he's versing a baby instead of a bee. It's Mr. Bean. It's not Mr. Bean. It's the same dude that plays him, right? But it's a different character. It's not like, hey, Bean, you know? I know you guys see this breaking down. I see it breaking down too. But there's nothing here right now. I'm gonna need closures, probably below there. Yeah. Let's look at the higher time frame here. That's the 4 hour, the 1 hour up here. So I'm okay with the 1 hour. How much range we got to here? 47, 60 pips. I'm not okay with the 30 levels being right in the way as soon as we get there. Are those the 15 as well? And the 15 are down there. So here's what we want. Right, the 30 level, what do we know? Wicks are ranges, right? But the bodies of the candles are ranges as well. So let's get out of this range for the bodies on into the wicks, and these wicks should be a clean range. ¿Qué pasó?
He keeps farting.
Benny keeps farting. Bring him in here and open the door for him. Tell him to go outside. We can't have a biohazardous dog inside the house. I'm gonna call the Department of Energy. And your ass is gonna be taken to a nuclear facility. Chernobyl ass dog. Fucking radioactive. He's been walking around farting everywhere. Yeah, close it up. Come here. Close that door. Benny. Here, come fart for the stream. Come on. Say hi. High five. Hey. Let's go. Go. High five. Ooh, I didn't say leap like that. Let's just say hi. Just say hi one time. Do it for the one time. Come on. He dipped. And he stings. You stink. Huh? Do you eat a cat? Smells like he fucking... Smells like he ate his own shit. He smells terrible. You don't know nothing about eating kitties. That ain't his thing. May 150 on cells. Pure sauce. Thanks, Wix. Yes. Let's see if we can get something for stream here. Terpy, I fucking love your PC. Good shit, bro. Congrats. Yeah, let me know if you need a lizard for that case. Maduro saying, come get me? What do you mean? Can I buy? Can I sell? What are you, Cisco? Was that a Cisco song? Can I live? Can I breathe? All I do, where I be. I don't know if that's Cisco or Genuine or Usher, one of them. It is, right? It is Cisco. The fucking guy had platinum hair. The GOAT. What's he singing now? Let me see the depends. The depends for pans. You know, wherever he was singing that shit to back in the 1900s. Ain't wearing those no more. I'm 40. I remember, Jesus, how many of us are 40 in here? I'm 40 on the dot too.
I'll be 30 this summer.
Yeah, whatever, bro. Look at this, the 40, 39. So in 2 weeks, 44, 36. A bunch of youngins. And look, the 40 club is strong here. I love this. You guys are my age. I'm sitting over here thinking I'm talking to teenagers. 44 next month. This is what's so dope about this place, man. Like people are like, you know, people are older. They're here. Like, it's dope. I see a few young kids, right? Some people 16, 19, 17. But like the majority of the viewers, people have some life experience here, right? 47. All right, yeah. So good. It's very tough to be humbled at 40, but like if you can go through it at this state, right? Because at 40, you're like, man, I'm 40 years old. You can't tell me shit. Like, I'm 40. Like, I'm not. Like, nobody can tell you nothing. You're not nobody's kid. Like, you don't let, you know, people, you know, just talk however, you know, people talk reckless. Like at 40, you know, that don't happen. People can get away talking reckless to you in your 20s, right? You know, but at 40, you have some kind of, you know, you built yourself. And you got that mindset at 23, yeah, but at 23, you don't have anything behind the mindset. At 40, you have the mindset and the reasoning for that mindset, right? You've kind of had the experience of your 30s that really give you that reasoning, and you've put mechanisms, just like in trading, you put mechanisms in place to not lose the money that you've already made, right? You put mechanisms in place in your life, right? That kind of like build who you are, and you start thinking about mortality. Yeah, but like me, I'm thinking about it like, hey man, I'm another 15, 20 years away from just hitting my peak physically, right? I think 10, 15 years from now, I'll be at my peak physical shape, and I'm 40. I mean, my back feels 40, not gonna lie. The guy from Germany. What's up, bro? Did I get a DM from you or something? Yeah, I was told I got a DM from a dude in Germany. I gotta read it. $27 from France. Yeah. I would give up my left pinky toe to be 27 again. What do we need a toe for, right? I message you. Can we talk? Gene? Is that you? Can we talk? You think you'll be in better shape at 50? Yeah, I think I got another 10, 15 years in like getting to my peak. Yeah. Bro, I shave and I get asked if like I'm my kid's older brother, so like, oh. bro, I took 2 months off at the gym because I was just focused on trading. Just started going back to the gym. I got everything hurts longer. I can't even take. No. But the thing is, then if you were really a gym rat, right? Because I'm a gym rat. Like I lived in the gym, and if you're really a gym rat, you have that muscle memory, and it comes back really quickly. You gain everything back really quickly. Muscles fill up really quickly. You get that pump really quickly. You have to go to the gym to be a profitable trader. Yeah. I just believe it goes hand in hand, right? Because when you like I always say, right, trading mirrors life, and if you're good here, right, because this is such a humbling experience to get good here, right, to become profitable. It's got one of the lowest success rates out of any industry. That's why they say it's the hardest, job, not in terms of labor, but in terms of success rates and making money in this field. Yeah, it's one of the hardest, right? So I think if you're able to ride it out here and get humbled and really figure out what's good for you, like it hits you like a ton of bricks, and then you start applying that in your real life, and you're like, shit, what's good for me in my real life? Probably eating healthy, probably living longer so I can, probably playing ball with my kids when they grow up. How do I do that? I got to be in good shape, right? Probably, I want to walk my kids down the aisle, and I want to be there to dance at their wedding, and I want to be there to play volleyball. Like I go with my teenager to play volleyball all the time right now. If I was like, she tells me, she's like, damn, like some of the dads of the kids in her school, like they can barely move. Like they pick up the kid and it's like, nah, I'm shit. When we have take your kids to work day, I call the teacher. I'll be like, no, it's take your parents to school day. I'm putting on my outfit. I'm getting my Jan Sport. You guys remember the Jan Sports? I'm gonna go grab a Jan Sport. They still have those. Yeah, they do. I know they still have those. I bought them for my kids. And a lot of people say day trading is a scam. Yeah, my last tax guy said that, and he's no longer my tax guy. Didn't get him anywhere, so like, why are you listening to the people who can't get anywhere? I had an easier time being a profitable poker player and doing it for a living than trading so far. I have an easier time being good than getting lucky. Right? Because when you're good, you just, luck seems to constantly find you. So I think just getting good at this will put you in a situation to find good luck, right? Put you in a position. Where's the luck stop? It's right across the street from that bus stop right there. The hardest part about trading is knowing when not to trade. I think the most difficult mechanism to put into play in my own trading was, how do I reach a level where no matter the outcome of this trade, it's not going to significantly impact the rest of my day? It was a big mechanism to put into play. It's like a little toll booth in your life, right? And you have to place toll booths at proper points, right? Where they make the most sense, where you can make the most money, right? And that toll booth was really hard to figure out where to place that toll booth. You found my car keys?
Yeah.
Where were they? They were in the bed?
Yeah. Mama's bed.
On her side? What's she doing with my car keys, huh? I'm gonna talk to mama. Hey, what's up? Did you do your homework? Do your homework?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. This is I'm not right.
All the homework?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she brought me the fucking car keys. Hey, do me a favor. He keeps farting. Close that door. Thank you. And like when you build good habits here, like I said, trading mirrors life. And when you build good habits here, you realize how much of a humbling experience this really is, right? And you start building good habits, it just transfers over into other aspects of your life because you start being logical, right? Over here, you start really using your brain. Logic is a big part of this, just like in chess, right? The logic is a big part of the game. So you really start utilizing that brain, and it's just inevitable for it to take you for that thought process to go, all right, these are good habits. I'm building winning habits. What's good for me in my life? I think going to the gym, I think eating right, waking up early, right? And like you start building good habit, and it's a domino effect. It starts just, you know, when it rains, it pours. But you know what? When good things happen, it's also a domino effect. Ugly close? I wouldn't say so. I think there's a, oh wait, the hourly closed here. Ugly, hourly, this like candle of sorts. You could probably have a bottom wick entry here. I'm not gonna have a bottom wick here. We already took it off the bottom wick here. I'm gonna wait to get out of this range. I want to create a new range. Good close, not for me. It was so, because remember the level we spoke about right here across. Go to the 4 hour. 4 hour, a bit lower. Cross here. Close respecting it. It's going to tap this area. See, bottom wick entry is solid here. I'm not going to take it. We've had one. If I wanted the bottom wick entry, I would have wanted it off this candle or off this level down here. If we just started breaking the lows without ever having that top wick, yeah, I like that level. But also, once you start doing this, your stops, you know, 100 pips flat. I'm not gonna do that today. There's gonna be no 100 pip stop trades today. We're gonna wait for it to clearly break below here. That's what I will wait for, because below here, there's nothing but clean range. These wicks, whatever orders were here, right? Whatever existed in here got cleared out. And in case you weren't too sure if it got cleared out, it got cleared out again. This isn't just a bounce down. This is a drive down, drive up, drive down, drive up without a stop, without anything holding it back. All right, look at the 15, down, up, down, up. So next time we're down here, there's just nothing in here to stop us. And if there was before, it's not there anymore because these orders were cleared out all in these drives. So I'm gonna look for these wicks, these wick fills, once we're below the range there. I don't want to trade in the range we're at right now until we can actually create a new range. So let's, create a new range, bounce out of the range and then come back in. You remember when you're ranging, that range, you know, you formed the support, you formed the resistance, you retested the high or the low you've made, you fill the range. It becomes untradeable till you leave that range. And then you can say, all right, we have volume. If we have volume, right, you'd have to interpret the market as having value, as having volume. You would need to close outside the range. That closure outside the range in itself is an indication of volume. So then you say, all right, we have volume. And then you close back in range, you say, all right, we have volume, but now we're going back in range and it's tradable again. Now we could drive back through it. Let's really draw up better levels here. 30, 15. So if we're going to look for buys. Look, we had this range here, right? We've come down, we've hit the next support, the higher time frame support on the 30 here. Boom. If we can hit the support but close back up into the 15 range on a 30-minute candle, right? Not just a 15. Then I would say this becomes tradable here, 59 to 65. Do we want to trade that? Well, it depends how this candle comes up here, because if it comes up there but we're getting a bearish 4-hour close, then no, you don't want to take buys into there. What you want at that point would be a closure above this most recent resistance for some buys. What if price goes higher? Yeah, let it go higher. We want closures above the most recent resistance made, and that would probably take us into a bullish 4-hour flip. So I don't know if that happens based on the fact that we're really banking on some bearish momentum in the near future. I was like, Silver, same setup. They're affected by the same news. Stop by, drop a like before I descend to Dreamland. Hey, W, thank you. Please drop a like. If you're new here, sub to the channel. And yeah. If you're not new here, but haven't subbed, please drop a like, sub to the channel, and share this stream. Share this stream. And you don't have to worry about sharing value. You're not steering people in the wrong direction. Doing them a favor, so you can feel good about that, right? But don't sweat it. Don't sweat the petty stuff and don't pet the sweaty stuff, gang. Okay? And remember, it's okay to prick your finger, but don't finger your prick. Don't forget the Monday gap. The social distancing on the charts. The daily?
Hey, wait, so I think you forgot to add that break even from yesterday. The stream record.
Oh, as we were leaving the stream, that I tried to, it ran. Did you
That
guys
one,
see
yep.
it run all the way down? I wish I had, if my kids weren't there, like already, like, please, because they love it when I put them to bed and I couldn't, like, I was delayed by an hour, but it ran down. Like, we should have just had the sells on the break of the hourly low if we had time. If I was just sticking around, it would have been sells on the break of that hourly low, and we would have had stops on the previous hourly candle high, and we would have probably grabbed about 50-60 pips on there. I would not have closed partials along the way. It would have been the full range because it was just a clean range. There, one candle. Does it help if we spam the heart so that it doesn't? Of course it does. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel great. But in terms of helping the channel, like, yeah, we won. Well, you know what helps the most? Me winning. When I win, there's nothing better than that because that helps the channel the most. That's when it grows. People show up here and they stay here. Are we going to trade? We had 2 dubs in the signals like 30 minutes before the stream and like 5 minutes before the stream. And since then, we're still stuck in that range. Dun, dun, dun. And the funny thing is, right after those sells yesterday, man, the buys were valid too. Where's yesterday? Where's the 6th, 8 p.m.? Here, right? Right here. So, man, this was so lovely. We go to the hourly here. Look at this. I took a sell over here, right? In the break-even one. As I was leaving the stream, I took a sell somewhere down here. I was like, all right, I'm just going to put stops here and break even, see if it can run while I'm putting kids to bed. Took me right out. Yeah, so you're right. Yeah, we got to add. Break even. It was just unnecessary at that moment because I knew I wasn't going to stay and try to manage it. I had to run, so it just stops to break even. But in reality, should have had a sell here. Stops would have been that previous candle high, about 92 pips. And as we start leaving this area, you would have seen it bounce down, return to break even level, and starts leaving that area. That's when you start moving stops here to the break of the current candle high. And I would not have managed any risks or secure partials till we hit this because that's where it was going. It wasn't going to go anywhere else. It would have been a full position here. And that full position would have been about 60 pips. What time was this? This was 11. This was already after 11. That candle's done. It was 11 p.m. candle. My daughters were in the door. It's school night. I want to go to bed. That's around. Is it mandatory for the market to fill its gaps? No, but people notice it because it happens a lot because it's clean range, right? It's just a clean candle. It's this. This is like this right here would be, that's like a gap. Same thing. I just see it as this kind of candle. So when the market drives through it, it's like, oh, it's going to fill it. Yeah, because there's nothing here. It's just clean range. So when you start driving through this area, you'll feel this the same way. Like, look right here, right? It's basically the equivalent of doing that right here. Right? Imagine this was a gap, but this is just clean range. Next time you're heading through it, look at that. It just filled it because it's clean range. It's just a clean candle. Whenever I see a gap, I just picture, this is how I look at it. To me, this is what happened here. In my head. So as it comes down to that area, it'll probably fill it the same way. It's not that they have to be filled. It's just when price starts moving through a clean range, it's just going to fill the range. You post track record for the last month. We're break even on the month. I'm still down. I'm still down on the month. Pips. Our first week was a little choppy here. But what I wanted to, same thing I wanted to say to the signal channel. Yeah, it started choppy here the first week. We had some strange price action with markets running and no wicks, right? In some wick entries, right? We had, look at this. Over there, there's just so many instances where the market, look over here. I had buys at both those areas that hit stops. I had wick entries, bottom wick entries, like down here that just smashed through the stop. I had a bottom wick entry on this candle right there that smashed through the stop. It's just been, the price action itself was a bit funky. It's unusual, but we're making adjustments. So, for me to make adjustments, I've seen all these market cycles. I haven't, there's no new market cycle that pops up right now that I haven't lived through before or that I haven't seen. So we make adjustments, we optimize, and we keep it moving. And it's not about how we did the first week. Let's look back at our accounts at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, right? By summertime, and you'll really have an idea of how things are going. Game of thousands, what happened today won't matter if it's a win or a loss, right? Like I said, biggest mechanism I had to put into place was making, how do I trade in such a way where no matter the outcome, it's not going to significantly impact the rest of my day. You ever use fibs? Like 8 years ago, last time. I start from India. Bro, you see, it's automatic. I don't even think about it. The voice in my head is Indian. Bro, you better have a passport in there. I swear, I'm gonna go to India and just like recognize Oh, remember 7-Eleven, the Slurpees? Everybody gonna look at me all weird. Don't you remember me, dog? No. They'll be like, fuck wrong with this guy? And they don't realize I'm Indian on the inside. Now, what's with the head shake? Is the head shake, is that Indian and Paki? Is that a Punjab thing? Like, what's with the head shake? Is that like that region of the world? What's up, man? Nice to catch you live again. Dope. Just don't take pictures. I come out blurry. Love from India. They would definitely ask, what are you doing? Hey, you stream now?
Durka.
That's a wild statement. Hey, you stream now? I remember you from Donville. Yeah, I've been streaming for over half a decade now, or for about a half a decade now. Nah, Bulgarians do it too. What, the head thing? No, my friend. Yeah, the head shake. I see the elephants there do it too. It's crazy. Benny does this shit, but like only when he's flopping his ears. Best month of the year for me last year was November and February. February and November were massive. Masivo. Gold buy and sale. No, we're gonna really confirm entries today. We're like, yo, I owe it to my peoples to really get some winning streaks going. Trying to spend January here, enjoying ourselves, right? Bulgarians, they nod for yes and move head left and right for yes. Wife is Bulgarian. What about you? Yeah, that's a Russian name. Ilyas Sokolovsky. That's Russian. 1799. The oldest motherfucker in here. Oh, from Latvia. Okay, Bulgaria and Latvia. Sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. How much was your best winning trade? You know what? I don't remember my best win. I do remember my best loss. If you can. Hey, what's your best loss you ever had? Best one? Ethiopia. Hey! My fellow tribe of Israel. Are you Jewish? Right? Large Jewish population. That's where they say that the Ark of the Covenant is being held. Right? In Ethiopia, in a church in Ethiopia. Looking for sales? Black Friday, my brother. Wait for Black Friday. Cyber Monday. If you're looking for sells, wait for the market to close below the range, right? We have a range here on a smaller time frame, right? And because we just want to be past all of this chop to the left and we want something clean, look at this shit right here. This shit right here. That's what you want to trade. You want to trade clean, right? Like, you don't want to play around in the mud, right? You would like something clean, right? Maybe even like medicated petroleum jelly. You ever been to a Diddy party, bro? But yeah, you want to trade clean here. You don't want to trade this chop. But now you've left that smaller time frame range. I don't mind breaking back up into it and then looking to see if we can come up. Orthodox Twahido, yes, indeed. It is only one monk has seen it. I heard it's not one monk per lifetime, right? Is allowed. So once he dies, it's the next one, and then they never leave the premises. I heard they all get cancer and get sick. There's got to be some radioactive shit in there. Average 1% each month? It varies. So, like, am I allowed to lose, gang? Am I allowed to take some L's? Yeah, we all take some L's, but I don't know. It varies anywhere between, I would say, maybe 15 to 20% throughout the year would be standard. Would be average. If you consider the break-even months, the one negative month, the multiple 40% months, right? Multiple 20% month. If you consider if you average it out throughout the year, it is roughly, I'd say roughly 15 to 20% a month. But like the last few months of last year, we went on a massive run. Like, don't forget, September was a flawless month for us, right? We did not take a single loss. We went undefeated in September. November was a flawless month for us. We went undefeated in November. Bro, Chiefin in the video call, man, I'm so jealous. I forgot my J lit outside. Was lit outside. Probably burned all the way through now, like a fucking Vermont cigarette. Bullshit. Geyser. But it's irrelevant what I do, right? Like the only reason you're asking is because you want to compare it to yourself, right? And comparison is the thief of joy, man. You're not going to enjoy what you're doing, and you're never going to be content with your actions when you keep paying attention to what others are doing. And you shouldn't pay attention to other traders, right? Pay attention to the market. I'm not your opposition in this game, right? You're not sitting across from me at a poker table. You're sitting across the market, you know, at a poker table, or the dealer here is the market and you're at a blackjack table. Like, that's your competition. You know, when you focus on your competition, you're going to adjust to the competition. When you focus on irrelevant things like me, because I have nothing to do with how your trading is going to go and if you're going to make money or not, the market does, right? When you focus on me, your trading is going to take a hit because I'm not your opposition. You have to put in the effort into breaking down your opposition, watching film on the opposition, and, you know, and worrying about that. I was just asking. Oh, yeah, I know, but it gives me a chance to go on a tirade and a rant and speak some Japanese, right? I get to do my little monologue. Like, your questions gives me a chance to do that. So even if you're asking for just sake of asking, ask. It gives me a chance to talk. It gives me a reason to talk, right? I'm not just making up a question that's like, yeah, we got a question that just came in here in the email. You know, oh, here we go. Here we go. Shaniqua from El Morado wants to know. No, this is good. Keep asking questions so I can have it. And guess what? Like, me ranting, I don't know why you're taking it personally. It's not. I might be answering your question, but I'm not targeting you. I'm just giving a chance for other people to hear what I got to say. And because trust, whatever you're thinking about asking or not thinking about asking, other people are thinking it, and they're thinking what you might have asked. There's every time I answer a question, there's like 10 or 20 other people in the stream that are sitting there that were just too afraid to ask the question. Right, so I always try to go for the full explanation, and really, I realize a lot of you hear me say the same shit over and over and over. And like I told you before, even this part I've said before, it's a good thing. That means you're remembering what I'm saying to the point where it's annoying, you're memorizing it. And then like I keep repeating it. And the fact that it's annoying you is a good thing because now it's stuck in your head, right? And you remember it. So whenever you're trading by yourself, or, you know, without me there, I hope you're hearing my voice inside your head telling you, hey, do this, do that, or this is what I'm looking for, right? And because it's sticking out, right? Because I say it and repeat myself so often. So yeah, just, you know, concentrate on the markets. The grind is not against anyone else. Chat, finish that. The real hustle is against poverty. That's it. That is your only opponent. I need a lighter. Dame fuego, por favor.
You ain't ready.
Just give me the light.
What you mean?
You ain't ready.
We ready. We ready. We ready for y'all. Say you ain't ready. You reminded me of Marcos for a second. Back in the day when we were doing streaming with Dombo, and they used to have the coffee conversations, and I'd be like, "Chat, is like grocery store iced coffee still considered coffee?" And Marcos was always like, "That's a negative. You ain't ready. That's a negative."
Ice coffee does not hit the same.
What was that?
I said iced coffee does not hit the same.
It doesn't. Hold on. I'm looking for my Benny. God forbid you ate my fucking joint, bro. I can't trust this dog anymore. This guy goes behind my back and eats all the joints out of the ashtray. I don't know what he finds interesting in the taste of a joint. No. Ain't gonna be fine, but you know what I mean? Something about it where he look at this fucking junkie. I just lit it, he ran up to me. No, bro. No. You don't even smoke. I'm gonna send you to fucking AA meetings. Smokers, bro. Sorry, Benny. Fucking dog needs a patch. He needs one of those nicotine patches. No, last time he did that shit, he couldn't stand. He would do this. You know what he'd do? He would stand up, and then he'd walk up to me, like pretend this is me. He would walk up to me and just sitting, and he would just lean. And then every 2 seconds he would go. And he would just, I'll be like, you all right, bro? And then he just started, he went on the couch and he was shivering, like he was cold. So I covered him with like my covers. My girl covered him with covers, and then he's just, yo, he woke up in the morning, ate my food, your food. Like, he ate all the food. He ate the tomatoes. He ate like 3 apples, a banana. He ate the string cheese. He ate his whole tub of fucking raw meat. And then he walked over to me and goes, he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. Like, I don't know if there's like a pause button for dogs eating. Like, I feel like if there was more food, he would just keep eating till he falls over. Is there a thing in their head? Is there a mechanism that's like, that says, stop eating? You're full? I feel like he can literally eat till he fucking passes out. Is he a pit bull? No. He's a bully. Hey, come here, where you at? Benny! Benjamin Franklin, come here now! What's up? I'm calling you. Where you at? Come say hi, and don't fuck. Come on. Oh, you're stretching. Come here. Come on. Good boy. Let me move over the keyboard before he presses the button, because he always puts his paws right onto the keyboard. You see the paw? It's like always right on the damn keyboard over here. Poke him in the eye, he does nothing. Like, it goes so deep in. I don't know how his eye does that. It's so deep in there. Benny, we're in drawdown. We're in drawdown. Paying attention to that's how y'all be looking at the yo. Same one. Look, you know how big his paw is? It's bigger than my hand. Look at my hand. Look at his paw. Bro, put your paw on my hand. Stop licking me. Put your paw on top of my hand. Cover the whole. This fucking paw. Yo. Benny, look at the price. Motherfucking surprised. Yeah. Good boy. Yes, you are. You are. He's a big mush. Big mush. He's scary looking, but he's definitely not scary acting. Hey. Like, you could do whatever with it. He's just so chill, bro. Why are you so chill? Stop being so chill. Keeps getting bigger? Yeah, that's what she said too. He's like, what? Tickle, tickle, tickle. Remember that clown from It? Tickle, tickle, tickle. You looking at the charts? Yeah, we're pushing down here. We closed below, no bottom wick on that closure on the 15. The 30 has a small bottom wick. So what we need is this push, and then we need a decision made right here. So we might attempt to come back up in range, which is what we want. We want closures below with some range left, right, in terms of bottom wicks. And yo, do you have the hiccups? What are you doing, bro? Hey, get off. I can't do this sideways, bro. See, he's got this little prong collar that fucking pokes him in the neck if I squeeze it. And fucking nothing. Nothing. He doesn't feel nothing. Bro, can you please get off, bro? I need you off. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna pick you up like your mama used to pick you up. Shit. All right, go, 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 go. I love you, bro. Let me finish. Hey. Noogie, 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 noogie. Chat, if you have kids, get a dog. Get a big dog. This guy. This guy. He's just trying to make himself comfortable. He's such a baby. He's a little teenager. He's technically like 13 years old right now. Hey, you all right? I need you to get off. Come on, get. Just for 5 minutes, bro. Let me finish. Come on. You let me. It's so fucking heavy. Yo. No. No, bro. Ah, stop it. Yo. Hey, you're on camera. They see you, bro. Ow, stop biting me, no. He thinks it's cuddle time, yeah. Cats freeze if you pick him up like that? Yeah. That's how I used to pick up my cat, because he would scratch the shit out of me if I didn't do that. So, yeah, that's how. Dog, that's a dinosaur. That's what I call him. Every morning I walk out, I'm like, Benny, you fucking dinosaur, let's go for a walk. Every morning, that's what I call him. My kids call him Snookums. Walking around the neighborhood, hey, you want to meet Snookums? Yeah. I told you the story about Fluffy, right? My history teacher. I had a history teacher, or he used to teach us about, I remember the Vietnam War class, right? When we were learning about the Vietnam War, like 10th grade. And the guy was like, hey, you guys want to meet my pet? I'm like, well, yeah, what's his name? He's like, Fluffy. And they're like, yeah, bring Fluffy in. It's so cool. He brings in Fluffy, and it was a fucking scorpion. You gotta be a crazy motherfucker to name your scorpion Fluffy. He thinks it's cuddle time when you call him. Oh, no wonder his farts are gas bombs. He's so big, yeah. Going down in history. Yeah, this looks like we're gonna have to wait on the 4-hour closure, because we're having this push. This is a level we should be maybe more or less concerned about, but this is a clean range since then, right? Multiple times since we've had that level. So, all right, this is a level right here we need to be concerned with in terms of price making a little decision here. What we want is either a repeat of history. So we want very similar price action to this. We just don't really need to close. We don't need to tap this because we now have this level. So if we can tap this level and still close back up in range, right? And if we can push up and the candle eventually closes like this. Right? What is going on with drawings here? But candle's able to do this. I mean, you're looking to repeat history, right? Bounced off that support below that level and now back into that range. What happened here? Closure back in range, fill the range. Closure back in range, fill the range. We close back in range here. I'm going to expect to fill the range. This is good. We would just need to come up there off this level if that happens. But I also see this clean range. So I'm not taking any buy limits, right? Like, and looking to catch a falling knife here. But what we want to do is trade with structure and with bias. The daily is bearish. The 4 hour is bearish. Why would we want to look for some bias here? The hourly is bearish. The 30 is bearish. The 15 is bearish. Every time frame and their mother is bearish. We don't want to look for buys, but what we do want to look for, since sells are playing out right now, we want the buys to play out in order to set ourselves for the higher probability sells. The buys are a low probability, where do we bottom out? What's the stops, high risk type of play? The sells are, we're going to close on the higher time frame bearish, right? We're going to close below the range. And if we can now come up to resistance areas and hold them or fake out, right? Close above and then close back below. We're going to look to continue those sells with all the time frames aligning. That's the, remember, people ask me, what's number one advice you'd give to a new trader? Like the best rule of thumb, strictly technicals, strictly candle reading, not in terms of, you know, time frames or contracts or what to trade or when, but like, or like fundamentals or mindset. Like if we're talking about strictly technicals, number one thing I would say pay attention to in technicals is make sure all your time frames are telling the same story. You want to go through the time frames and make sure the narrative, the story being told is the same. Yeah, you might be on different chapters in that story, but you want the overall story to be the same. And then you pick out which chapter you want to enter in, right? Because those smaller time frames are really the chapters in that story, in the overall book of the higher time frame. So let's just pay attention, right? And maybe we want to leave this range, which means this will come smashing through everything. At that point, you're not looking for any buys. You're looking for the market to create a support, because you know once a resistance is made, it'll retest that support. Okay? We pay attention to the technicals, and no matter what you pay attention to in the world, no matter what you do outside of the charts here, no matter what happens, nothing will happen without the candles being printed here. Gold will not go to 5,000 without candles showing us indication it's going to 5,000. Not going to drop below 44.36 unless we see it close below 44.36. So it'll be printed. And if you're going to have to see it printed, why pay attention to all the things that all those roads eventually lead here? They all lead to price action to the charts and to placing trades on the charts here with these candles moving, right? All roads lead back to price action. Give me a second, chat. I got a phone call. Sorry. All roads lead to me, Krishna. Is that like your Krishna? Is that like your Messiah? Is that the Hindu Messiah? Or is that Shiva? I don't know. Or you guys have a lot of. Like Indian Jesus? Hindu. Yeah, that's what I just said. The Hindu Messiah, right? Like the Muslims have Muhammad. The Christians have Jesus. Polytheistic. That's to believe in many gods. Oh, look at that area we spoke about. This is the area we got to pay attention to, right? What do we say? I remember we said not this area anymore, but this area. And look what happened. Yeah, but I've taken this trade before, but I've kind of taken this out of my trading because there's been so many instances this specifically this level has just gotten blown up straight through with the funky volume we've been having, right? And this candle had really no top wick, right? And we've had candles that closed heavily in one direction. Next candle, no top wick, just blasting through it. So I don't want to do it against structure. If I would do it with structure, right, and with a higher time frame bias. So if we were bullish here coming up on the most recent price action, not this drop down, then yeah, I would look for that buy limit if this range was forming like that. Right, so we would look for it right here, right? We would look for that sell limit up here. 44.63. But actually, probably look for it on a higher time frame. Yeah. Or let's look. This is what I like to do. Go to the 4 hour, mark out that 4 hour resistance. Is it falling in line with other time frames? We have a closure there, right? So we can kind of treat this level. You see that left shoulder, right? You could actually, you can kind of treat that level. God, I hate referring to this fucking head and shoulders thing, but it's the easiest way for you guys to memorize the actual movement here, right? And you can respect that level here. Just see this level there. Same thing happening on the 4 hour when we come up here, right? This is the 4 hour level right here. And you see where it is? So we can come up there and have that sell limit. I probably wouldn't. I want it also to line up in multiple instances on the charts. So we probably have to come back to the level where we took the trade off of. I gotta say, this isn't bad because depending on how you get here, like a lot depends on how the market moves back up there. This is not a bad sell limit here. That's something we might get actually later today if it's in this 4 hour candle, right? So I mean, in the next 4-hour candle, if we close up here, if we close up in this area below the range and the next 4 hours starts pushing up here, I'm gonna look for a level here and to take that sell. But we want the 4-hour closing below the 4 hour support, right? And that 4-hour support is right here. So if this candle doesn't close below it, close respecting it, then you might come up here and actually blow through that level. But if close below, we're expecting the market to continue moving bearish on the higher time frame. This could be a top wick for the next 4 hour and then a heavy drop down. Will it be? Usually whenever you get this type of movement, this is on a higher time frame. Yeah, you'll get a fill to this level. Or a fill to this level. So you'll see the higher time frames. Right, we just had a reaction here. You'll see the higher time frames doing this. Usually blow through this to a support down here somewhere. And then you see a heavy push off that level, out of that range, right? Breaking into this range. No, you start establishing support and you see stuff like this. This is how you usually start playing out. The higher time frame here, so you'll obviously see some levels created. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, you can just go back in the charts and look at all these similar movements. See that come up, see that range, the drive up above here, see that break out of the low to that most recent, well, on the smaller time frame, you'll see a support there. The recent level, see the resistance of that previous level, which is what I was just showing you. On the higher time frame here, on the 4 hour, the drop down here. That previous resistance level, the wicks right here, especially, right? You can get to there, 44.18. And if we go back to that hourly, right, the level we just spoke about, right here, boom. Look what just happened here. Boom. Next range. See that right here playing out very similarly, and then that level below, which breaks below into this area, which was what we just spoke about on the higher time frame. Break below that area and then fake out and then heavy push, and then you probably see a respect of this area with a wick right there. It's just, that's just how it plays out. But I don't look at this as like, oh, this is some kind of setup. No, this is just memory. This is just muscle memory, right? The experience of watching this play out on the charts all the time, over and over and over. So now you're looking at the higher time frame version of this structure. Right? And it's not like you memorize it. Brain just kind of remembers similar things that happened before, and then you're like, oh shit, you start locking in on that opportunity. So, right, this is the range we pushed out of. We've just created this chop. We've created that high, back into that high. We probably need to close below this whole range, right? This is that initial whole range, and then it needs to retest these areas right here as we just drew, and then fake back out. Can we draw that picture back? You get it. You get the point. Oh, hold on. A bunch of people have commented in Zoom. Real dads know about iReady. True. That's funny. That is true. MJ, questions, requests in Discord DM. It seems you are not online, waiting for your response. Please reply when you get a chance. MJ, I'll look through it. Yeah, let me, if anything, you can just tag me in the Clubhouse chat or something like that, and I'll look and remind me, because I'm dealing with a lot of stuff outside of just this stream. Oh yeah, just remind me. I'm not. Got the silver short. Okay. 10 minutes for the 4-hour close. And what we want is a top wick sell on the next 4 hour because we have some room to come down here to fill the range, right? Let's go to the 15. Look at the room we have. Oh, we have room. Like, this is a reaction area, but it shouldn't be the rejection area. We should fill the entire range. So it's kind of doing that what we want on the 5, right? Remember, we want the breakout, right? And which is the break and the retest here. But we need that retest to be on a higher time frame closure. So you've had that breakout down now, kind of having this retest. We might have positions here on the next 4 hour candle. Just depends how long it takes to set up. Right? Because if we close below the 4 hour levels here, right here, right? These are the 4 hour levels. If we're able to close below them on the 4 hour, you're looking to fill this wick. Well, you're not looking to fill the entire wick. You're looking to have a bottom wick on the next candle. The next candle should not just drive up. It's very rare. Like, it happens, but the next candle should not just do this with no bottom wick. It's going to need orders. So your advantage point is the fact that that candle is going to need that bottom wick. Now, as soon as you find a resistance, can you take advantage of that drop down to this bottom wick? Can you secure partials here, knowing that bottom wick's going to be made? You don't know how steep. Maybe it flips right back up, right? Or maybe it drives all the way down. But then you're, at this flip or at this break of the lows here, you're sitting pretty with no risk on the table, partial secured, and house money, right? Once you secure the bacon, it's always house money, and you keep it moving. But first, we need the 4 hour closure here in 10 minutes, in 9 minutes, 8 minutes. If it closes back up in range, there's going to be some waiting involved. We'll call it a session, call it a stream, and then we'll probably take this to the signal channel and we'll call it in there once it sets up. If it starts pushing back up, like, look, remember this, look how it closed above, it filled the range, closed above, filled the range. It's going to close above on the 1 hour, right? If it does that, but it's going to close bearish on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour. And if it's somewhere over here, it's still below the 4 hour level. So I'm not looking for buys there. I would look for a retest of the low before coming back up in range and then buying, right? So you see how you have this wick here? You have the retest of the lows and then buys. So in the general sense, that's what I'd want. Hold on, my kids are screaming in the other room. Give me 1 second, chat. Yeah, what happened? I got a phone call? yeah, family life be family lifing. Is day trading easy to do? It's not rocket science, but it's not easy. It's very difficult to make money here and become profitable, and it takes years. Why does it take years? It's just that's what the data says. That's what the numbers are. It takes years in terms of, you know, for not you specifically, not everyone. There's outliers, right? Most people shouldn't smoke when they trade. Me, I'm cool with it. Like, but like same thing here, right? Yeah, there's people that can learn in 2 to 3 months, but just are you gonna do it? Not likely, because the numbers just aren't there to support that. Numbers aren't there to support that hypothesis. You know what I mean? Like, it's a great way to make money. It's basically a license to print money when you get good at it. But it's a difficult road to travel. The signal channel is in profits. Sorry, I guess today is their day, right? Because we literally, while we were opening up the stream, we had 2 positions for 100 pips. So yeah, I guess today the signal channel 8. And the thing is, those positions were also at like 7:30 and 7:50, like 5-10 minutes before the stream. Yeah. How much have you earned till now? It's irrelevant. What's the plan? I'm waiting on the 4-hour close, and if we close above this yellow line, I know it's below the 4-hour level, but we have an overall level here. So if we close respecting that in 2 minutes, I'm gonna call it a stream. I'm probably gonna call it a stream anyway, because like I gotta run. I got something to do. I just got a call that like I didn't really want to get, but I will be. I gotta run out the house for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Gotta go pick something up, and after that, so the signal channel is paid. Yeah, it's all paid. And I feel like there's just been a lot of conversation about signal channel stream. Yeah, I see the fake out. I see the fake out back up in range, but we had something very similar yesterday, right here. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. I didn't get a chance to get in there, but it drove back down right there on that fake out. There was a time, there was one where we faked out there, and it right there on this fake out, you see that never came back up to break the highs. So I think if we fake out, we're able to get a bottom wick to this area, 44,955, and then break this high. Right? Because you want price. If we close up in range, you want it to attempt to fake out and close back below. Because look at the 4-hour. But the 4-hour also would need a top wick as well. And if the 4-hour is going to need a top wick and we just faked out, close back up above the range, I don't mind looking for that top wick as long as this candle attempts, as long as that next candle attempts to come down into this range and fails, and we're able to get this support off here, then break the highs, then well, I'll look for it. Give me 1 second, sweetie. Come here. All right, you speak, you trade, okay? And then together you guys can run the stream. Wait, you can't press buttons. What are you doing? You're taking my Twizzlers? You're just using me for the candy. There's no candy in there? Because you ate it, probably.
Oh, your heart. But I ate all your heart.
You ate all my candy? I know. All right, we just closed. We did not close above the range. The 4-hour close. Okay, let me go, girls. Let me finish up here. Let me see what we can do actually first. Careful. Can I? Hey, excuse me. Girls, come on. Hey, do me a favor. Close that door, please, and keep it quiet in here. You know, Sam. Close the door, please. Beautiful family. Thank you. Yeah, the oldest one is she's upstairs. Yeah, she's sleeping. Yeah.
Wait, can I have one? Can I have one of these? Can I have one? Not for grown-ups. I mean, they're not for kids.
No, that's not for kids. You can't have this. She's asking me if she can have some of this.
But why?
Why is a crooked letter? Here, throw this out, please, because that's not for kids. That's for adults. Like,
They had only for kids.
yeah, I'll give you a bite of it. You can have a small piece. Okay. What else? You plan on getting back on after your errand? No, I'm not gonna restart the stream. I'm gonna call Asian session here now. So here's the deal. We're making this bottom wick first, which means we want to come up into this range. We want to fail that drive up, and then we want to close back below. And
Now can
no, you can't eat that. You shouldn't eat that before bed anyway. I'll give you a piece though. I'll give you a small piece. Give me like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I'll give you a small piece. Okay? Because I don't want you eating garbage. Okay, and look where we're rejecting here. Remember, we also spoke about the very first higher time frame level here. Oh, it's a good level too. Look at this. Yeah. See that? And then you're like, Wix, but there's a level right below it. But you see this closure, it drove all the way through here before it closed, all the way through here. So if anything, this is the lowest common denominator, right? So if we get below there, we should be able to drive through to 44.38 here at least. Or now that we've made this bottom wick at least to 44.41 if we start closing below. So I'm gonna wait for this. Oh, you have a nice little celery play going on here also. Yeah, I don't want to take a sell into this take a buy into this bearish 4 hour. I would rather this come up right now, close bearish at resistance, and we'll look for that top wick sell off this 4 hour. Look at the 4 hour candle, right? At some point, you're going to top out, and whatever the sell would be, the position for a sell would have more range to go based on the higher timer. Look at this wick down here to the left. We would have a lot more range to go here coming down than we would have to come up, right? It would be cleaner. So let's see if we can close below this most recent support and then just do what these two candles did. Boom, boom, or just clean drive what that one candle did. Yeah, and I see this coming up, but I'd rather this is only the 15, right? The 30 closed like a doji candle. No direction here, right? The 1 hour closed bearish, the 4 hour closed bearish. So why would I want to look for a buy into this heavy bearish momentum, right? This, for now, all that we know is this is a pullback. Can we trade the pullback? Yeah, you can trade. They're tradable, but not in this case. I don't want to trade. I think we'll be in a better position if we wait for that resistance and then trade the drop. So that's what I will look for. If we look on a smaller time frame, I would love, look where we closed, below the most recent, right here. So you don't really want to take a buy below the most recent level, right? So what I would expect here is this candle attempt to drive up. Could it come up completely? Yes, it can. Why is this a fucking circle, yo? Right? I would expect this to come up, fail, and eventually that's the top wick for our drive down, and it should look, right? Maybe you get that closure in about, in about 15 minutes, half hour, and then you're good to go here. Break of the lows, you're filling the rest of the range. Okay? So just be careful looking for buys here against structure, against our bias, because they might be short-lived. How do we go about joining the channel? Exclamation point signals. All right, somebody already did it. Thank you, options. Appreciate you. Past 25K eval and 3 trades this morning. Good job. Great job. Not just time to get paid. Blow up like the world trade. Born sinner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? Yeah, no, we won't restart it, but when I dip, we're gonna run our stream, and we're gonna run our stream in New York session in the morning. We gotta go sleep. Any entries in the next 30 minutes? I just explained what I'd like to see, so maybe this is the next 30, maybe this is the next hourly, maybe we come up here for about an hour and then we break down here, but this is what I would like to see immediately, right? Or a closure back up, bullish closure above 44.50 on an hourly. That would be amazing. But yeah, let's call it a session here. We'll take it into the signal channel. If I see something set up in the next half hour, I'll obviously call it in the signal channel. Great stream, a lot of good value, great discussion. I'm sorry, it just so happens today that the signal channel caught it because the buys, the sells and the buys both set up right before stream. The hour before the stream, the 7 o'clock hour, the 7 p.m. Eastern hour gave us much more setups than the next 2 or 3 hours have so far proven to do. But it's okay. Stay patient and you take your positions. And today, signal channel wins or eats. Stream. I will see you guys tomorrow. New York session, same time, same place, 8 a.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, I'll be there tomorrow. We're running a stream. Today, I had some family stuff I needed to tend to, but tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern. I've rescheduled everything I needed to do in the morning to noon, right? So we're probably not going to run a stream till noon or 1 p.m. like we do a lot of times, but we're going to stream it from around 8:30 till around London close, 11:30, somewhere around there. And then I'll go. You forgot to ask how many other folk not in your Siggy Boppy were Siggy Boppy. You call my signal community the Siggy Boppy? We're in that trade. Probably a lot. If you guys know how I trade, if you're in tune with our streams and our trading, then you probably would have understood that it's a lot. Hold on a second, chat. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, I appreciate these drawings. Chat, please drop a like and sub to the channel before you dip. I would really appreciate it. And not just saying, oh, I appreciate it, thank you. No, it means something, right? You guys are part of the momentum, right, of growing, the accelerated growth of this community. You guys are part of that. And it's gonna be a fun ride. It's gonna be a great year. Can you give me a brief explanation of what day trading is? Yeah, it's using your knowledge of a said instrument or a contract to, you know, to make decisions with a high degree of probability of winning. Well, your job is to make them with a high degree of probability, but not everybody can do that. It takes time. I ain't did it. Yesterday was funny though, right? We ended the stream and then came back because I saw something setting up like 20 minutes later, and just it was a funny outro. Just found me today and subscribed. Amazing. Hey, just keep showing up. Second day in stream, definitely loving the insight. Yeah, there's a lot to learn, and every day is a new type of insight, right? Sometimes it'll take months for us to actually go back to a topic or a concept that we break down today or that we broke down yesterday, because we just don't see it again in the charts until the market cycles. And once that cycle is back, we start seeing those positions again. And so it like, right, you can learn something today, not see it for the next 2 months, and you'll forget it real quick because you're not utilizing that knowledge, right? You're not applying it live on the charts because that's just what the way the cycle is. And, you know, takes time to see everything many times over, takes time to memorize it many times over, and takes time to start recognizing it after you memorize. So it's a long road, but it's definitely worth taking if you're really about it. Okay. We'll join Discord, learn more about crypto. Hey, I'm talking to a crypto broker that we might be bringing over here. But there's right now I'm trying to figure out what the benefits are for you guys. If there's no benefit for my community and it's just like, hey, just be an affiliate, we're not going to do it. There's got to be some kind of benefit for you guys. And it's like, that's where how my emails go. Like, hey, every offer that I get, it's like, what's the benefit for my community? I get the pricing structure. I get how much I would make. I get all of that. What's the benefit for my community to do this? If there's no benefit, if it's just me making money, I'm not going to do it, because we're going to thrive as a community, right? And what I do echoes towards you guys, right? What we do today goes in eternity. Things we do in life today. So it trickles down to you guys. So if there's no value to you, then there's just kind of no value to me. I don't really care for the affiliate. Second day as well, learned so much. Great, amazing. I was doing Forex, found futures to be better. I concur. Definitely agree with you, brother. First week here, you're an amazing teacher. Great. I love seeing this. This Grove Street jersey is lucky or what? You always keep wearing it? Bro. I came from the gym. I took off the white beater and it was just chilly and this AC, and this is the shirt. As soon as I'm out of here, I'll take this off and I'll throw it over there and it'll sit here. I got like 8 shirts on that chair. Everybody got that computer chair in their house, right? Everyone's got the chair. Like everyone's got this chair, right? Where you just throw all your clothes on, everything, like all the extra shit, you just throw it on that chair. Like you took off a shirt after you came back from somewhere, you just throw it on that chair. Like everyone's got that chair in the house. Like the chair, it literally has no other function. Nobody sits on it. It has no other function but to just have kind of jumbled up clothes on it that you've either worn or tried on, didn't want to put back onto the shelf or put back onto the hanger. Yeah, the belt and hoodie go on it right away. Whenever I come home and I'm wearing a hoodie, you know you got to get out the hoodie. It's like a fucking 150 degrees outside. So you take the hoodie off. What do you think? You fucking put it inside down and back into the... No, it goes on the chair. And then like whenever I do laundry, I'll go get back to the chair. Every house got one of those chairs. Growing up, because I had an older brother, we had 2 of those chairs. Because he needed one and I needed one. Our parents would hate. But hey, there were chairs around. We had clothes to drop on them, and that's what happened. Amazing. Yo, I want to see if you guys were able to push our sub count today. Sam, you walked away with my phone.
I was like, what?
No, my daughter's name is Sammy,
Oh,
the
that's funny.
youngest one. Yeah,
That's a good name.
yeah. It's in honor of my grandfather. So, all right, hold on. He passed away right before she was born. Yo, chat, we are literally like 800 subs away from 30K. Can we let's get it there tonight? I'm just kidding. You're off to the gym late as fuck. You're going to the gym right now, bro? Where are you? Where are you located? Oh, you're in the Windy City? It's not bad. What, 9 o'clock for the gym? Or is it 8 o'clock over there? Are you 2 hours behind? 1 hour. So yeah, it's 10:15 here. So all right. Hey, didn't we just draw this out? Did we not just draw this out? What we needed? We needed that break at a high, some closures below. Oh, it's coming. You need this candle to close. Sam!
Talking to me?
No, I'm calling my daughter. She took my phone and she's over there playing with it. Yeah, I think, a lot of people did. I think we're going to call it a session here and we'll maybe take, I want a position on stream. Let's see. Maybe we'll wait this 15 out. Oh, it's coming back up in range. Is this looking like the setup you mentioned earlier for shorts? Yeah, it's exactly what I drew out. We just need some closures. You still in touch with Don Vo? Yeah, we still talk. Great name, thank you. You guys still chill and discuss trading? We never chilled because he lives, what, like 3,000 miles away from me? It's a bit of a long drive. Like, our conversations on the phone, we've never had a short conversation. Every time I talk to Don, it's like a 2 or 3 hour conversation. Our last conversation was about 3.5 hours, and then the phone call dropped because I was trying to do some shit to show him something on video, and then he called back, and then we resumed the phone call, and it was like another hour and a half. So it was like a 5 hour conversation. So we always talk for like a long time. Every time we talk, we don't talk like every day. We talk like once a month, but whenever we do talk, like it's always a long conversation. Because see, Don's a vibe. Don, love chatting with him. Because he's seriously like, I know he's a profitable trader, so he understands like what I'm saying, what I'm thinking, what I'm talking to him about. Like he literally gets it. And like when we have these conversations, it's like, man, like we both get it. Like we get the discussion, like inside and out, you know? Nephew was born like a few days after my uncle passed away. I heard some spirits reincarnate into the same family. Hopefully one day we learn that's true. Man, my great grandmother passed away 6 days before her 100th birthday. And then my oldest daughter was born like on the same day, like exactly a year later. Like it's crazy. Yeah, it's my oldest daughter is Liliana. So my grandma's name was Anna. My mom's name is Lily. So the oldest daughter is Liliana. A combination of both. And this one was named by me. That's Kaya. You know what Kaya means? You know Bob Marley had a song. Go listen to that song. Go listen to the Kaya song. All right, looks like we're rejecting coming back up. Yeah, I'll play. She wants my Quest bar, 21 grams of protein. I'm gonna waste this on a kid right now. No, you guys are gonna have a bite each. So this is a protein bar. You're not supposed to be eating this, especially not before bed. Here, one for you. One piece of candy for you. Yummy, yeah. That's what Papa eats at the gym. Yeah. Before I go to the gym, sometimes I eat that. All right, this rejected. Let's call it here. We'll take this to the signal channel. We needed this to reject, make this top wick, and come down and stay there. Gang, what a great combo. Great stream. I know there wasn't a position on stream. It happened before stream, but the signal channel will take it, right? We'll take those 100 pips. And stream, just keep showing up. It's not the positions that are valuable. I know you want your pocketbook to grow, but I promise you it will grow at a faster pace when you know this. So show up to the charts. You need time on the charts. You need to put the work in. Even if you're not placing trades, stare at the charts. Your brain needs to see opportunities and recognize them. Without time on the charts, you'll never recognize what opportunities are passing you by. With time, you eventually start, it's not like you just see a setup. You start recognizing where the opportunity is so you could build a setup around what you recognize. You understand? So it's just, and we all have different perspectives. We could look at the same thing, but see it differently. So you need time on the charts to recognize where the opportunity is and where to, where to build your strategy around, where to build your edge around. So keep showing up, and even if you're not trading, even if you blew your accounts, show up, paper trade, just watch the charts print. You can have the iPad now, yes. You don't want this, it's not that good, right? Good. You won't ask me again. Use prop firm, bro, your own money, both. The top 1 futures is having a 50% discount. Use code WIX and get an instant funded account. You see the sponsors here in the top right. Go over there. But my live account is with AMP Futures, AMP. Not an affiliate, just what I use. So if you want to go there, they've been pretty good to me. Yeah, thanks for the stream. Absolutely, thank you guys for joining me. See you tomorrow. Here for Agents Out until I quit my job. I'll be here for New York stream too. Great to hear. I love it. What do you think about the chop these 2 days? I don't think it was easy or simple. I think a lot of traders either stayed out or lost, but to me, it's irrelevant. It's the markets, right? So it's up to us to adjust. We're going to see these type of markets again. Market cycles and comes back to these types of candles, setups, situations, the way it moves, the volume, this type of volume. Really, it's all about the volume, not just direction. Right? So timing, volume, direct, and yeah. Yes. It's going to come around again. So it's up to us to get good at this, right? Don't wish, right? Don't wish this was easier. Wish you were better. That's what I would advise you. Because it's not going to get easier. It's going to see this over and over throughout the seasons, throughout the years. You're going to see this over and over. It's up to you to optimize and get better. So I can't really blame anything on the markets, right? I lose, I take losses. It's up to me to adjust. And unless you take that raw responsibility that the market and the trading puts on you, where you're the only one responsible for every little action here, you'll never get good at this. You got to take that responsibility, right? The raw responsibility that the markets put on you. All right, that's my 2 cents here for the day. Gang, I will see you guys tomorrow. Zoom gang, Sam, Reggie, appreciate you guys. I see Chelsea in there on the front page. Hector,
knowledge, man.
Thank you for showing up, Hector. Appreciate you as well. Santos, Options, everybody. Bougie. I don't know where Jay is. Shout out to him. We'll be back live tomorrow for New York session, 8:30 Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Eastern, and tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hey, show up. Early bird gets the worm sometimes. So it's this evening, right? It was an early position around 7 p.m. So show up earlier. Maybe we'll start earlier tomorrow for the Asian session. But New York session is going to roll like it's going to roll. We're going to be here at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Hold on. Let's see if we got any news. Tomorrow, yeah, 8:30 a.m. we have unemployment claims. Perfect. So you guys are going to be part of the statistic tomorrow. Whoever is not funded by JOB funding is going to be part of this statistic tomorrow. And then, damn, you guys are the data, unemployment claims, and we'll trade it. We'll trade the after effects, right? 8:30, we're going to open up the stream. This is probably going to be playing out. By the time I open stream, numbers should be out already. We're not going to trade the news, but we'll trade the after effects and the volume that's remaining after this news. Look, a lot of U.S. folders, natural gas stores, some fart box news, but that's about it. It's all yellow folders. We just got to get past 8:30, and then it should be smooth sailing into NYSE Open and some volume. Should be a lot of fun. It's going to be a good stream in the morning. All right. So I'll see you guys then. As I said, Zoom gang, see you in the morning. Signal channel, possible positions throughout the night. I don't know yet. If the market sets up and I'm on the charts, we'll take positions. But right now we got to be patient. Wait for that resistance. Mods, thank you for having me on the stream. As always, chat, love and wisdom to you all. Please drop a like, sub to the channel on your way out, and keep showing up and share this stream. I need your help to grow this community. Let's do it together. And like I said, I'm going to keep showing up and keep providing value. So I'll do my part, and hope you guys do yours. Thank you for spending another great evening with me. As for me, my time here is up.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
Thank you, Santos. I'll see you too. Yeah, my time here is up, and just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Have a good night, everybody. Get some rest. Show up tomorrow morning with your accounts intact. Go get your Top Loan Futures account, and show up with your instant funded accounts intact, ready to make some money, and your full mental capacity, right? Show up with full mental clarity. So get some rest. I'll see you guys in the AM. And if you want to take some positions throughout the night, throughout the evening, join the signals, and maybe you'll come win with us. That's it. Have a good night, everybody. Later.
Boom shakalaka! He's on fire!
That's a funny picture, Hector. Where's that, Lake Tahoe?
That's actually Banff, Canada.
Oh.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, man. My ex-girl took it. It's pretty cool, man.
Dope, dope. All right.
Thanks, man. Have a good night, man.
Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Chelsea. Appreciate you as well. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Hey, if you just got here, show up tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. We'll go live again. And tomorrow evening, same time, same place, 8 p.m. Eastern. Every single day, 8 a.m., 8 p.m. Eastern. Keep showing up. We'll be here tomorrow as well, and every day after that. Have a good night. Later.